You sit there and say life doesn't change in a day. Well, yes, it does. Life change. You could put a century worth of memories with people in a day. You could put all kinds of. There's 24 hours in a day. You could put a week's worth of love into one day. We could do anything we want in this nation. We could rap about anything. We could play the drums, I'd love to play the drums. At least it would keep me out of trouble, but you don't want society to do that. You want us to be all heartbroken out here and destroyed. I'm not the only person that says this. So if YouTube bans me for saying how I feel and the scenarios I went through in life, you don't ban people when they mention it in their songs. You don't ban the thousands of people that use their platforms to better themselves and tell people some of the things they go through. None of us like talking about our personal lives out here, our personal experiences, because we're always moving on. So why should we talk about them? Why should we put them in our songs? Why don't we all just random freestyle or write things down in our notebook that's freestyle? Why don't we all do things like that? We can all change and do everything. Why should we sit there and do open mic nights of singing songs that come from somebody else that completely mean a different subject than what everybody's feeling on what the song represents, when the video doesn't match what a song is? And they could have been saying, oh, we're talking about an old relationship, but in the video it's practically they're going through a new relationship that's already old and broken up. If people don't start working things out on the street, it's just going to get worse. And that's what the public wants. But why? That's suicidal. Don't you see how easy that is? Don't you want somebody to have care about you? Don't you want somebody that you want to know that you care about them in the right way? I mean, how do we make ourselves loyal? It's not like it's a trait that everybody has. We're all trying to work hard to be loyal, but nobody seems to see that. You don't think that people's comments have effect on people and the things we do and say affect things? Because it kind of does. It kind of makes me interpret all kinds of confusion. Except I'm not afraid to admit it. Other people is. They huddle things and mutter things under their breath how much they hate a person like me. Like, I don't have to be an empath to notice that stuff. There's regular basic traits that I picked up for living 39 years. I wasn't born yesterday. I don't have to care what people are doing on the streets. I don't have to care that they're beating each other up or robbing and stealing from each other or human trafficking out there in the streets. What am I supposed to do about it? I'm not a soldier. I'm not a police officer. I'm not a Blood or a Crip. What the hell I look like? I'm shorter than 90% of these people. So why are they beefing with somebody that clearly is out of their match and nowhere near their skills? They're all rich around here. They all got fancy cars and fancy homes and things of their own, and nobody ever stopped them from hustling and making a name for themselves. Or did they overdo themselves by putting other things ahead of their value of basic necessities? Do you know the differences between wants and needs, desires and wishes, and things that you pray for and ask for? Do you know why is it when you talk to girls, you talk all soft and want sympathy, but you don't talk to your friends that way? You don't talk to other people that way? You don't give each other positive advice out here? That's part of life too. We got to all hang with all this stuff. We can't just live like immortals and robots where we have no emotions and no way of changing our circumstances. We're only human. We can only do so much. And, I can't defend that. People never tell me that's what they're going through. And nobody stops and visits and talks. So we all don't get the right impression of each other. So acting like people get wrong impressions is kind of old already, even though your nation seems to have it being new. Well, not in my generation. Since we're supposedly the leaders, we're the Middle Ages. We're the ones that are coming to power now, since the old ones are getting too old to battle and fight for our nation. So why should we, when all their problems echo right back on our shoulders? And then all these young people with problems seems to echo on our shoulders like it's our fault. I mean, I wasn't dating all these girls that are out there in this town that, they're dating other people. So why are they comparing me to other dudes? I'm not comparing them to other girls. If I say the wrong things, then I'm going to say it up front, not at the end of the day. I say it at the beginning of the day. Nobody seems to do that. Well, that's just basic mentality to me. Now imagine how wonderful of a person I could be, or would be, or should be, or already am. See, I could spit out mysteries and riddles that you won't be able to understand. I could leave you clueless too if I wanted to, but I don't have to. I don't misguide people for better entertainment. I don't really care less about all these expenses and anything, man. I don't care who comes in my life. There's nobody in there, so I stop fighting for it and stop caring about it. I have to tell myself this every day because people or spirits, bad spirits, are constantly giving me bad thoughts, so I fight them all the time by fighting it out loud. I don't sit in my room and keep quiet. Usually I'm watching movies or laughing and joking with my son or getting to know his lifestyle, or sometimes I'm quiet, listening to music. Sometimes I move on from day to day, I don't sit around and just cry all the time about boring ass events that really just bore the shit out of me. All this is entertainment to everybody else, but to me it's just another friggin' day. I'm too used to getting dumped. I'm too used to getting made fun of. And nobody ever shows improvement. Nobody ever shows skills. Everybody wants to be something in life, but nobody talks about what they want to be when they grow up. Nobody talks about if they're a singer or want to do instruments. Nobody ever showed me that they did instruments. Only a couple of people out of the 20 or 30 people that I met in this park was only down with doing stuff, and they didn't have a problem doing it. At least they had the guts to do it out in the public. If they wanted to rap or sing, at least they had the guts to admit that they wanted to do it. And a lot of people don't even do that. You always run into the people that say that they do that, but they never do. Why is it when you run into somebody that actually does the real stuff that everybody wants, you disown them, and then you take on all the bad relationships and the bad stuff in life? Why you do that, huh? Is it because you make mistakes? Well, why don't you lead with that? Why don't you forgive the person you're rejecting and forgive yourself and tell yourself all kinds of better decisions? Whoa, there's a bat that flew by. It came from the woods. That's crazy. Cats must have been chasing them. See, I could change subjects and not feel mad or angry. You see how simple that is? So I guess I'm not a mad, agitated person. I guess the medicine you gave me at mental institution was incorrect, saying I had aggression, too much aggression. Well, doesn't seem like I have aggression when something simple in the next scene or incident happens. I don't seem to have attitude problems because a bat flying by. You don't see me cursing out a bat for just flying by, do you? You don't see me cursing off a car that goes by, which is going by right now. I look away because he's got bright lights. But you don't ever see me doing that stuff. It's not that other people or I'm better than other people. It's just the fact I had to learn to pick up all these traits by myself. I had to learn to do a million different things in one day, I had to learn to pick up all these traits. It's not to impress anybody else. It's to impress myself. When people said I can't do things, well, I do it anyway. Except I do it for the right reasons. I don't do the wrong decisions for the wrong reasons. Even my losses has wins, that I don't expect or ever use as a experience worth experiences. But maybe I should live in that lifestyle. Maybe I should drink some champagne to that and toast to my losses. All you women out there that are dissing my ex, you should really shut up because, you have a lot of the same traits that she does. All the generation bragging about how much they cheat. Well, I keep repeating it, but people are maybe start realizing and changing it and realizing the things they do has consequences that their parents taught them. So maybe they should sit back and be grateful because their parents will be dead in 20 years. Sorry to tell you the truth, but it's only going to happen to my family too in the same progress. That's why I live life and I take their knowledge that they give me. If I don't agree on something, then we just have a conversation. We work things out. That's what family does. That's what I do in relationships. That's what I do in friendships. But I don't ever see anything in the right direction, the right parameter, and the right progress. To me, it looks like I'm progressing and getting better, but it doesn't seem like it, because I'm having bad reactions to old past emotions that flare up. Is it somebody else thinking of the same stuff? Because I don't know what's going on. I don't know if people are going through changes, if they completely forgot. Most people just don't give a crap. So why would you do bad stuff to people if you don't even give a crap? It's not like, why are you telling other people my stories about how life has done me bad when life's done you bad too? Don't act like you're so perfect out there. Life done you bad too. So don't take it out on me just because somebody else treats you bad. Didn't your parents ever treat you to not be that way? Because my parents taught me how to do many things, and I had to learn it all by my damn self. So it ain't my problem what's going on in the world. Whether you like it or not, whether you accept it or not, too bad. I'm already putting it out there in the public. That's just too bad.